So the things to keep in mind when you're doing the warm-ups is that you really don't hold your body in any rigid position. First, if you stand with your feet set apart so that it's either hip wide or shoulder wide, you should be more comfortable than if you held your feet too close or exaggeratedly wide. So a regular stance will do, and just feel that your feet are evenly holding and supporting your body weight. I know we sometimes have a tendency to use one leg only or the other when standing, but during the warm-ups, even sometimes moving like this kind of resets your brain. So stand tall, keep your nose maybe the level of the horizon, a little bit lower so that your Bowie point is lifted and your spinal column is feeling more suspended like that. Keep your shoulders low, elbows unlocked, fingers loose. Whenever you finish an exercise and you're letting your arms down, let them come down gently. See if you can get into the habit of when you're holding a position and you're done, just don't let your arms come down like that. Okay? When you're letting them down, bring them down. It's like a little bit of self-care. If you were to put yourself down, you would want to put yourself down gently. For the neck exercises, for example, when you raise the hands, keep them under the shoulder level. That'll reduce the tension. Turn them up. When you bring it close and you're tucking in the chin, instead of elevating the nose that way, bring the chin back as if you were sitting in a car seat or an airplane seat, and you're pushing the back of your head into the seat so that your chin will actually lower. When you bring it out, keep the elbows curved, and when you're looking down, don't allow your whole posture to drop like this. It's only for the neck, so maintain your scapula, maintain your spinal column upright, and just lower the head. Bring it back up, palm close, extend, and bring it down, looking down. For the next neck warm-up, same thing, hands below the shoulder, palm towards you, one of the hands will come down and not behind you. Maybe the elbow lined up with your body and the palm slightly in front. And you can tip your palm this way, just slightly, not rigid. Keep everything soft. The hand that's moving to the side, the first time, maybe 70-75% of your range, and keep your torso facing the front. Only look in the direction of that hand, and try not to lock into your palm this way. Just keep your posture upright and look through your fingers. Bring it back to the front and let that hand come down. Same thing for the other side. Maybe shoulder high, no more than the height of your eyes. Bring it to the side. Keep the other side with space. Forward and down. It's good to also inhale as the arms are moving away from the body, and as you bring it closer to the body, you can exhale. For the shoulders, imagine that you're pushing up and allow that wave to go over your shoulders, dropping to the back. Inhaling as your body is extending, and you exhale as the body settles down. Same thing for going forward. You inhale as the shoulders go up, and you exhale as the shoulders come down. The second one for the shoulder, just a little bit wider. Again, the wider you go and the more difficult it is to stand, you're not going to be able to relax. So the idea is to have good balance, maintain your posture, and just allow yourself to expand. And then you imagine gentle resistance as your shoulders, elbows, and wrists come back down to earth. Okay? You inhale as the arms come up, and you exhale as the arms come down. Try to breathe at the same rate as your arm movement. So this is the pace that I'm inhaling, and this is the pace that I am exhaling. Okay. The exercises for the spinal column, you start with that circle held, so that if this were like a tube, the middle of the tube, the middle of the point would be your navel, just like that. The bottom hand will go out, comes up, and the top hand will just come to the side, like this. The same as before, nothing behind you. Just keep it so that your palm is here, maybe in front of the hip line, and that your elbow is no further back than your hip. How high you want to go, it doesn't really matter how high the hands go. This is for the spinal column, so you want to imagine, like an accordion, that your arms, that your spine is expanding. It's dropping here and it's rising here, so it's got that extending, separating feeling. And as you come down, like an accordion, all the pieces come together. Some of you who are familiar with the slinky, there, put all the spaces between the coils of the slinky, and as you relax, the coils of the slinky come back together. The next one for the spine, same thing with the position of the ball. You're going to go in the direction of the bottom hand, usually, and you're going to stop right here in front of the leg, where you turn it over, turn to the other side, same thing. When my arms are about in front of my leg, that's where I turn it again. So here I am sitting in the kwa, this way. My hip is unlocked, my knees are slightly bent, not too far, and when I'm turning, my nose and my navel line up, the same with my hand. My nose, my navel, and my hands are in one line, just like that. As I turn, the relative position of my arms are the same. It is my body that's turning. Okay? The way it looks here. From the back, you're not going to see my arms too much because I am containing the movement right along the front of my leg, right there. Then I turn and I change my hands, and as I turn to the other side, I monitor and make sure my hands don't pass my feet or my leg, and then I change sides, and so on and so forth. And now, the next one for the hips. Same thing. When the arms come up, this is the time to inhale. As you come down and you're exhaling, you transfer the weight to one side. When you do so, try not to have your hip come out in this manner. See if you can rotate. If I had a steering wheel between my feet, I would be turning the steering wheel like this with my hips. So when I come down and I turn that wheel just slightly, now my weight is on this side, I am able to project my foot forward. Okay? And it's not too far. See this line here? As I place my weight down, I step forward, and it's the same line that both of my feet share. My heel on this side and my toes on this side share the exact same line. Like that. Now, bring the arms forward, elbows are still curved, and I bring that same foot towards my back. Exhale when the arms are down. Inhale when the arms are up. Just like that. And if you notice, when I step backwards, it's the same distance. I really only step as much as sharing one line between both of my feet. Okay? And for the hips that go side to side, same concept. Keep your hands no further than your hips. Here, using the rotating way of shifting weight this way before you project and extend on the other side. So I'm inhaling now, I'm sinking, hips are relaxed, knees are relaxed, and if you want to, for added stability, you can grab the earth with the toes of the same side that you're standing on before you extend the opposite leg. For example, here, I'm on my left leg. I'm going to grab the earth with my toes like this before I extend my right leg. Come back. I inhale, grab the toes from the floor, extend. I can lower my heel and come back to position. For the knees, same concept about stepping. Keep it here so that it's not too far. Hands placed below the hip bones. There it is. Rotate the hips so that you can transfer the weight to one side. Take that step. Make sure the whole foot is down before you transfer the weight forward. In the beginning, you might need to look down to make sure that you're not passing the knees are not passing your toes, but gradually, with enough practice, you'll be able to shift your weight forward, and you can feel that you are pretty secure and that you're not struggling to keep this knee behind your toes. You can tell because the moment you put your feet over your toes, it's going to require a little bit more muscular effort. So we are going to back up just enough so that the knees fall right behind the toes. And with enough practice, you've got that, you can start aligning that opposite elbow to share the same line. Okay. For the second knee exercises, transfer the weight to one leg. There's that rotating feature. Grab the earth with your toes, elevate. Inhale, whenever you want your leg to rise or to leave the mat, you're going to inhale. Same thing with the arms, but in this case, it'll be the knee coming out. So I'm inhaling in that position. When I come back, I exhale. Turn my body slightly, turn my hips just so slightly. I inhale. Grab the earth with your toes and exhale. This one in particular, grab the earth first. As you extend, it also helps if you pull those toes that are up in the air, if you pull them towards you, it also helps secure your balance. If you are not able to keep the feet elevated above without touching the floor, go ahead and touch the floor lightly, but very light. This gives this leg a chance to do some work. Or you can also do it with the toes down. If you want to use a tool like this or a chair or even the wall, you can. Just don't use it so much that you're not practicing your balance exercises. If I wanted to shift my weight and I needed something to support me, I would just have a very light touch like this. You could just use one finger. And this is enough to give you that feeling of stability. And exhale. So you can still do that. Get this stabilizing leg a good workout and give this extending leg a good flexion workout here too. Use either hand. There's my practice. See, my touch here is very light. I'm not using it that much. Still, like that. Or from the beginning. And hopefully your balance improves every time you practice it. The ankle exercises would be the same way. I would use maybe just a light touch on an object and perform the ankle exercises like that. I still would grab the earth with my toes while performing any of the ankle movements, like so. Okay? Remember, coordinate your breathing, move slowly, and practice often.